Well, we talked about some playoff history from these two teams, but the playoff history from this year has been pretty cool as well. The star of this team is the running back number 44, Peter Minard. He has dominated almost every single team this season. For his stats throughout the playoffs, he has about 128 yards per carry on about 14 carries per game. That averages to about over 9 yards per carry for him. He also has 5 touchdowns throughout these playoffs in only 3 games. In the first game against Burley, a victory, 48-12, and that ended up as a blowout after a 59-7 win in Burley. The next game against Emmett, another rematch. That game ended up 28-7. That was the first time Bishop Kelly had ever been held under 35 points during the season. And the next week, last week, against Pocatello, a victory for the Knights of Bishop Kelly, 28-19. Benavella is just under 100 yards passing per game during the playoffs with 97. He has 3 passing touchdowns during the playoffs, and those are the playoff stats that we've seen in the first 3 games. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back for the kickoff. Kickoff is nearly ready here at Albertson Stadium. 24 minutes remaining. Bishop Kelly 15, a 9-point lead over Hillcrest. If they preserve it, they win the 2023 IHSAA 4A Football State Championship.
And just a quick shout out before they kick, I shout out to Coach Tim Brennan, Larry Crump, and Kevin Grant. I think they're on the road traveling north, going to catch something, a game up in Moscow maybe. So a shout out to Coach and Kevin.
Well, Coach Crump is my history teacher, so shout out to him as well from me.
Coach Crump was my freshman basketball coach.
Kickoff is nearly away. Cameron Wind is set to kick it away from teed up at the 40-yard line. And Hillcrest has 2 men deep to return. The whistle is blown. The hands are up. The kick is away. It is a line drive down the center. It is going to be caught at the 15. Run up the middle, some blocks for him. He's going to be wrestled down at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Marcus Powers just stands him straight up. He gets some help from Jonah Welp and Liam Page. That was number 6 on the return for the Hillcrest Knights. That's Shaquan Nelson. I don't think we've seen him return yet.
Sheldon Nelson had 1 catch in that first half on the opening drive where Hillcrest scored a touchdown, but they couldn't get the 2-point conversion.
Correct.
And those are the only points that they have scored in this ballgame so far.
Connor, I'm going to put on my glasses so I can read that first name correctly. It's Sheldon, not
Sheldon.
Shaquan.
Yeah. Hillcrest will start this second half with the ball.
Sophomore quarterback in the game now to begin the third quarter.
Tyson Sweetwood came in against Skyline. They are able to hold the game 35-31. Now he's going to have to come from behind. A check down to his running back. That's going to get some yardage. First down out of bounds near the 45. And a good way to start it for Hillcrest.
And Tom, there's that quick hit outside. That's how they started the game so effectively. And here it is again. We wondered why we hadn't seen it. I think we've called it. I think the starter has a dinged up wrist that got aggravated in the first half, and we're going to see the throwing quarterback, the sophomore, for the rest of the second half.
For context, Peyton King got hurt in the game against Skyline. Sweetwood came into that one. Peyton King was a game time decision. He started. He is now out, and Sweetwood is in to start the second half. Sweetwood on the run. He's going to get outside the tackles, and he's going to get near midfield for a gain of about 5 yards. And that is going to what Hillcrest has done all game is those 5-yard chunk plays.
Yeah, really interesting with that. With Peyton King not in there, he's been their main running back, running the ball left and right from the quarterback position.
Right.
It's going to be interesting to see how many hits this young quarterback, sophomore quarterback, can make in these situations. But I think he's in to throw the ball a little more than he is to run it himself.
I think you're right. Keeping us honest maybe with the run.
Tight end in motion. They're going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to get to the 45 for the first down and a little bit more. He's going to spin towards the 40. That was Keller on the run. That's his 4th carry of the ball game. He was steady running for about 4 yards a carry, and that's going to put him into BK territory.
Yeah,
and
a lot of downhill running there. Just handed off the running back over to the left side, and he got a full head of steam and a first down for Hillcrest.
And for UO linemen listening, Luke Anderson, number 71 for the Hillcrest Knights, dominating with that block on that play, opening the hole.
Gain of about 12. Hillcrest has been in BK territory plenty of times. The problem has been they've turned the ball over twice. Sweetwood in the pistol. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it out, and it's dropped, and it's up in the air. And it
so
was
close.
Nearly picked off by Noah Ninehouse, who picked one off against Pocatello last week.
Off the hands of Pinniger. A good pass, just went through the hands of Pinniger straight up in the air. Parker had a play on the ball, couldn't quite haul it in.
Boy, that was really close for Parker Allenbaugh. He was all over it, but just couldn't quite get there. So you get some pressure on this quarterback.
And Ninehouse had a crucial pick six against Pocatello to, I will say, ice the game. Movement up at center. No flag is called. They're going to kind of reset the play here for Hillcrest. Sweetwood steps back into formation. Keller is to his left. Sweetwood will snap. He's going to look to his right, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage by number 7, Joe Stroshine.
Just all Stroh. That's Joe Stroh going way up, one hand, and it just knocking it down with great timing.
Very predictable by the quarterback. Just a quick 3-step drop, one big step, 2 little steps, turns and just stares at his receiver. Everybody knew where it was going, including Joe Stroshine, and knocked the ball down. That's 2 big plays in a row now on defense for Bishop Kelly, and here's where they've got to do it on 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
Sweetwood with 1 receiver to his left and 2 to his right. He will snap and he will run it himself. He's got some room down the middle, and that's going to be a gain of about 7 or 8 up the middle near the 31-yard line. And Tyson Sweetwood has shown his legs here early on this opening drive.
Yeah, Maddox Rossa just sliding off his block to make that tackle, but by the ankles, and quarterback falls forward for 3 or 4 yards.
Interesting to see what they're doing here. They bring their quarterback out of the game, and now they're going to go back to Peyton King. And I think you're going to see Peyton King probably end up running with the ball here on 4th and short. 4th and a long 2, maybe 3 yards here.
They'll do a hard count here maybe, or a different cadence, try and draw us off sides.
4th down and 3. Peyton King has run it 10 times in this game. He's back in the game. He's going to look. He's going to roll out to his right. It's complete, and it's going to be a 1st down for Hillcrest near the 25.
That play had disaster road all over it from the beginning.
Did.
Had a bad snap. Quarterback bobbled the ball up in the air, but credit Peyton King. He was able to get the pass off and get it to a receiver who was able to get the yards after catch for a 1st down.
That's number 8, Rogel, hauling a very difficult catch in over his head to get the 1st down.
And that makes it 8 different receivers for Hillcrest that the ball has been thrown to today for Hillcrest. Bishop Kelly only has 2. Sweetwood is back in the game. He hands it off to his running back, Keller. He's going to get a few yards, maybe about 3 inside the 25. Tried to get outside the tackles, but it didn't work out all that great, and it's a chunk of about 3.
The battle continues in the trenches. Rakeem Johnson beats his man, comes underneath the block to make the tackle on the edge. Did not a clean tackle, but tripped the runner for the short gain.
And the last career game here at Bishop Kelly for Rakeem Johnson, he is extraordinary, a commit to Oregon State. Sweetwood, the snap. He's going to keep it again. He's got some room again. He's near the markers about the 15, and he'll be down about there. It'll be 3rd and short.
Well, there's no doubt that Tyson Sweetwood's getting it done on the ground right now, this young sophomore quarterback. They're platooning quarterbacks, but he's taking the majority of the snaps, and Bishop Kelly going to have a guy on him at all times, because right now he likes to run with the ball and he's having some success.
Peyton King back in the game for Hillcrest. It's almost a rotation.
Double tight end, 7 linemen.
Only 1 receiver wide to the left. Under center is King. He's going to try to get a shove from his lineman, and it's going to push him for a good chunk of about 5 yards. And that's going to put him inside the 15, and they are in striking distance here.
When you can get 5 yards on a quarterback sneak almost at will, I mean that's against this defensive line. They're not playing chumps. This is one of the best defenses in the state with our best starting linemen. I'm telling you, the battle of the trenches is probably going to decide the outcome of this game.
Well, you credited the Hillcrest offensive line, and they've definitely been doing their job on this drive. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Sweetwood. Sweetwood is going to run it again up the middle. Got 1 tackle, touchdown, Hillcrest, and a good start for them. And that's going to put them within 3 points, pending what the decision here. And that is disastrous for the Bishop Kelly defense to start this second half.
Nobody touches Sweetwood. He goes through a crease, absolutely a design quarterback run play. Fake it to the running back off tackle. He goes right over that right guard. And Traverso had the only guy with any kind of a shot at him, but standing all alone, tough to do that.
Yeah, once he gets past the initial line of scrimmage, there's nobody there on him.
Number 62, Jad Elabed the 63, and he kicks it, and it is no good.
Pulled it left. There's your golf analogy, Scott. He pulled it left.
Well, that right there is important. That makes it a 3-point ball game instead of a 2-point ball game. So, hey, another lucky break for the Knights right there.
Well, golf analogies can be made for a team named after Hillcrest Golf Club.
Correct.
So.
Well, a little bit different wrinkle here the third quarter. We come out with Sweetwood at quarterback, and several handoffs, a few passes, but for the most part, he's getting it done on the ground with his legs.
Yeah, he's getting to the second level of defense untouched, and that BK's going to have to do something, adjust to that, and get something going in between the tackles to slow down that run inside.
The only adjustment I have at this point is Bishop Kelly's been using a lot of a 5-man down, a 5-man front, a 5-2. I look for them to back off, maybe go to a 4-3 look here, and have some more linebackers in a position to be able to read the quarterback.
Missed extra point by Hillcrest makes this a 3-point game. Bishop Kelly up 15-12. The kickoff is impending. 3 men deep are deep for Bishop Kelly. Cooper Cammon, Peter Minert, and Parker Allenbaugh.
Yeah, all Bishop Kelly has to do is march the ball down the field, score again here.
Just that simple.
Easier said than done, of course. And the kickoff is up, and it is away. It is towards Minert, who gets it at the 13. He's going to run near the 30. He's got some blockers, and he's going to be tripped down at the 35. And that is where the Bishop Kelly Knights will start their drive.
Yeah, nice return there by Peter Minert, doing everything he can to get as many yards as he could there. Nice job getting it out across the 35. And now his offense is going to start with good field position at their own 35-yard line. And hey, I'm excited to see what Bishop Kelly does here, what kind of adjustments they make in the second half.
This is their chance to respond.
And you've seen one already. We've got bunch receivers out to the left. We haven't seen that all ball game.
Well, we barely saw this Bishop Kelly offense on the field in the first half. One of their touchdowns came on the defensive side of the ball. And in motion is Cammon. They're going to flip it to Cammon. It's a fly sweep outside the numbers, and that is great coverage from Hillcrest, who is going to get him for a loss.
And that's big number 0. Kind of doing it all by himself. Tom sealing the edge, bringing Cooper down at the sideline.
Yeah, they had a bunch receivers, 3 receivers to the left to the short side of the field. They had their tight end on the right side, and they ran that fly sweep into that tight end, but just not enough blockers out in front of Cooper. And I've got to tell you, watching that, I think Hillcrest knew what was coming there, and they defended it very well.
No surprises. They had plenty of defenders out on the edge to smother that end around by Cammon.
Bishop Kelly at their own 33-yard line, 2 receivers to the left, 2 running backs in the backfield for Avella, who only threw it 6 times in that first half. Minert in motion to the left side. Avella's going to look down the center. He's going to fire down the middle, and that's incomplete. It seemed to be nowhere near a receiver. It was in the vicinity of Cooper Cammon, but that's going to fall incomplete.
And dangerous floater, Tom.
Yeah, the ball was tipped, I think, at the line of scrimmage, what it looked like to me. But I was a little bit concerned about where he was throwing it because I didn't see an open receiver. But, again, 9 guys in the box here, so Bishop Kelly trying to throw the ball, but low percentage passes here. That deep post is hard to complete right there into double coverage. And I'm really surprised that Bishop Kelly doesn't have multiple receivers both sides of the ball and attack this cover 0. They're just in a man defense here. Have to have some crossing routes. Yeah. Have to have the quarterback roll out a little bit and let those pass plays develop.
3rd and a long 12 yards. They need to get to the 45. They're at the 33. Crew Nelson is in motion at the line of scrimmage. Avella will snap. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to fire down the field, and it was...
Looks like to me it was
intercepted.
That is intercepted. They're looking for Crew Nelson on the flood route. Now the ref's coming in saying not complete. Overriding the back judge, overriding the side judge. Incomplete pass.
Well, a lucky break for Bishop Kelly, but Todd, I'm concerned. Avella not seeing the field very well, really trying to jam the ball into small spaces. That's not good.
And we just have a 15-yard penalty on Hillcrest, and this drive's going to continue.
They're going to not only, oh my God, they make a fantastic defensive play to shut down the drive. Even though it was incomplete, BK would have been forced into a punt. And there's the second silly unsportsmanlike conduct call, dead ball penalty, this time on Hillcrest. First one was on BK, so it is high school football, Tom.
Another break for the Knights. We saw a couple on the opening drive. They weren't able to capitalize on them. Can they capitalize on them on the offensive end? The freshman, Boston Husky, is wide to the right for the Knights of Bishop Kelly. Avella with Minert to his left. Two receivers to the left. He's going to hand it off to Crew Nelson. That was Cooper Cammon under center, pardon me.
Hey, I think Bishop Kelly did a great job bringing Cooper in here. Avella needs to settle down a little bit, not really seeing the field well, and also not saying that he's got a lot of receivers open, but choosing to jam the ball into small spaces. I think bringing Cooper in here could be a little spark here for the Knights.
Yeah, and the wrinkle there, Cooper runs the zone read, but with Crew Nelson going through the A-gap rather than Minert.
Well, Crew Nelson, like Cooper Cammon, has been a gadget player for this team all season. He seems to be able to do everything on the offensive end. Avella with two running backs in the backfield. That's Cashmitter and Minert. Avella will snap. He's going to hand it outside to, no, he's going to keep it. And Cammon kept it, and it's going to be a gain of about 3, and it'll be third and manageable into Hillcrest territory.
Every time Cooper runs that football, there's the ability to break one tackle and be in the open. And he's just one tackle away from a big gain here. But I really like this decision. I think this Avella is a great quarterback, but right now struggling in the moment, and what a great job of bringing Cooper in right here.
However, Kulig choosing, and the offensive coordinator for BK, choosing not to use Minert exclusively, spreading the ball out, making that defense honor every threat.
And Avella back in at quarterback.
Avella back in at quarterback, 3rd down and 6. Two receivers to the left and right, Minert behind him. Crew Nelson in motion to the left side to make it a bunch on the left side. Avella will step back to throw. Avella's going to fire. It's going to be down the middle of the field. It is caught! And there's a pass interference, I'm theorizing. Cooper Cammon hauls it in for another big play.
I want to see the call here. It could have been offensive. We're going to look at it.
There's a very good possibility they're not moving the chains yet. They are. He has signaled the chains to be moved. I thought he signaled the chains to be moved. But I agree. There was a tangle there of two receivers. The ball was kind of thrown up, and the defender fell down. Is it against the defense?
It's against the defense. BK, of course, will decline it, take the result of the big play and the first down. It was a Six's call, Tom. Both of them hard. When the ball's underthrown, both of them are fighting hard to get back to the ball.
Okay, not trying to harp on Avella here, but not a well-thrown football. And Bishop Kelly very lucky that the defender fell down for Hillcrest, because that could have been an interception. But, hey, the Knights will take it. Any game you're going to win like this, you got to have a little luck, and there's one right there.
And this is important because this is into the field goal range of Cameron Wynn. So if they weren't to get into the end zone here, they could get 3 points on the board here. And
that would extend the lead to 6. Current 3-point game, a field goal gets us to 6.
I'm bringing Cooper Cammon back in here, and I'm running the ball a few times here, deep in, just inside the red zone here of Hillcrest.
Just over 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. When Ben Avella's found himself in the pinch this season, a lot of the times the deep threat to Cooper Cammon has been a good option.
It's not a bad option, is it?
I don't think. If Cooper Cammon's involved with touching the football, I think that's always a good option.
We have a sideline warning going on against Bishop Kelly here. The referee clear into the bench over here talking to Coach Kulig on the side, sidelines and keeping the coaches back.
Getting a little passionate over there, I think, on the BK sideline.
But right now they all look like a good bunch of soldiers standing over there. And they're about as far away from that white sideline line as they've been all night now.
Gilligan and Sullivan wide left, and they're bringing Brady in more and more. Brady at tight end to help block number 0, Isaac Davis, keep him out of Avella's field of view.
Yeah, Peter Minert's going to get the football here.
Minert behind Avella in the pistol. He's going to hand it to Minert. He's going to try to bounce down the middle, and there's a flag down on the field.
In that holding area, it's the umpire in behind the linebackers throwing it, and you've got to think here it's going to be holding against Bishop Kelly.
And that would be disastrous considering that.
That's the field goal. Take us out of field goal range.
You make us stay off the sideline, and now we can't hold. I mean, you got to be able to do one or the other, right?
So this ball is going to come back a few yards, and it's going to be second and a little bit longer.
There's the hold.
It's not a hold.
What are they? Oh, there. They went.
It's a signal I haven't seen before, and I think it's some sort of an illegal crackback. They do this. It's some sort of a blindside block.
Or like a blindside on a defenseless defender.
It's a blindside block that, down in the trenches there, you can only block the guy in front of you.
Right.
So that can't crack down on a guy when he's not looking.
That crackback block brings them all the way back to the Hillcrest 27-yard line. Avella's going to hand it to Minard. He's got a hole up the middle of the field, and he's got it to the 15. He's still running.
Making a mess.
Touchdown, Bishop Kelly.
I mean, are you kidding me?
Minard for the second time in this ballgame.
They had him.
Bishop Kelly responds in kind.
They had him stopped. He's dancing left, right. He made 3 moves before he ever saw the line of scrimmage. I mean, the skill, Tom, about getting open and keeping your feet moving. 4 or 5 guys miss. He goes in standing up.
I watched this Peter Minard every single game last year, and I told you earlier in the season, the big difference I've noticed with him this year is that lateral quick movement that he has and the ability to change direction.
And him coming off a hip injury late in the season, I think he's totally healed up, but I got it. What I was explaining to my brother up in Salmon, Pat McCurry, played on that first state championship team, about Peter, and I made the comment. I said he's a senior and he's still getting better every game. I really think he's improved even in the last few weeks. It's amazing.
Well, Cameron Wynn made the point after, and you got to think on that drive, the costly 15-yard penalty by Hillcrest that set them back.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it that was a big penalty, but Bishop Kelly coming out, trying to use Cooper Kamen a little bit. Also a few pass plays, not very successful, and then finally getting it done on the ground there with Peter Minard. But you got to give some credit to Avella.
Yeah.
Had a couple challenges there, a few pass plays, and then he went up over the top and found Cooper for the big gain, and that's really what set up this touchdown for the Knights, for the Bishop Kelly Knights.
A lot of what this offense has seen this year is big chunk plays, and that has not been anything different about this game. Because we've seen
22-12, Bishop Kelly with the lead with 4:46 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, still just a 10-point game. I mean, it just feels like you're doing everything you can, and we're just not getting the spread.
And it's a 10-point game with 4:46 left to go, so
6 of those scored by the Bishop Kelly defense.
That means just over about 17 minutes left in the season for both of these teams. The kickoff is away. It's a line drive down the middle. Pardon me, it's to the right. It's going to be caught at the 18, running towards the middle of the field. Knocked down at about the 23-yard line. That's some good kick coverage from Bishop Kelly, and that is where Hillcrest will start their second drive of this second half.
And that's been a big key tonight for Bishop Kelly, is having Hillcrest constantly start their series deep at their own end of the field. They've had to start from their own 6-inch mark tonight, and every kickoff Bishop Kelly has had, they have stopped them well inside the, their end of the field. So,
and BK kicking away from the other return man that they have yet to kick to is Brueggemann, number 1. They must have scouted something out, and they don't like kicking to that left side of the field. They're always favoring the right.
Well, Brueggemann is 5'8" and 160 pounds, so in that context, it would seem like he would have wheels if he's returning kicks.
I think that's a safe bet.
Sweetwood fakes it. He's going to throw it to wide open on the left side. It is caught into Bishop Kelly territory, breaks a tackle and down inside the 30, and that is a big play to start it off. And we saw that in the first drive, a lot of touchdown, and Hillcrest has come back swinging.
Got caught sleeping. We have 2 deep safeties. The corners are rolled up, and the big no-no is to release the receiver down the sideline. It's exactly what happened all alone, Tom. Easy throw.
Yeah, it happened a couple times tonight. Both of them have been for big plays.
Sweetwood again on the carry. We saw him run for the touchdown, and he is elusive there in the backfield. Gets about 8 yards. It looked like he may have been tackled in the backfield, but he was able to get away from the tackler.
Yeah. Doesn't look like a runner, Tom, but King looks like a runner. But this kid, man, he's grinding us up on the ground.
Yeah, really wanted to run off tackle to the right side. Bishop Kelly's containment was great. Made him cut back, but he picked up 9 yards.
And they're going to hand it up the middle for Titan Larson, who's going to get the first down, which is fitting. Titan is a fitting name for him because he looks like something from Creek Greek mythology with how big he is.
Bishop Kelly's defense a little scattered here. Wouldn't mind seeing a timeout here by coach here and get this defense reorganized.
Yeah, we're getting rolled back at the line.
Sweetwood's going to just try to throw it up. Stairs, and it's caught for the touchdown. That's Chase Judy climbing the ladder and grabbing that, and Hillcrest looking like a shootout in this second half as Chase Judy gets his 5th catch, and Hillcrest is back striking back.
Just a collegiate-style back shoulder throw right over the head of the cornerback. He goes right up and catches it like he's maybe done that before, Tom.
Yeah, very well executed.
And that is a swift 4-play drive by Hillcrest, pending the extra point that would put this game within 3 points. They missed the last one.
And they didn't make the one before. If they could just keep missing the extra points, we'll be gaining on them.
Mm-hmm.
And the kick is up, and it is good this time to make it 22-19 with just over 3.5 minutes left in this third quarter.
They didn't load up the bus and come all the way over here from Idaho Falls just to walk away in the third quarter, fellas. They're here. They came to win just like we came to win.
And neither did the fans. Nearly a 4-hour drive from Idaho Falls here to Boise, and a lot of Hillcrest fans, as we've learned, have showed up. We can't really see them over the upper deck here, but from sources that we've heard from, it's about 3 whole sections filled with Hillcrest fans.
Can't see them, Connor, but we're starting to hear them.
Yeah,
for sure.
We've heard them the entire game.
You just keep thinking this Bishop Kelly offense is getting ready to open up a little bit and make some things happen, and they're just a couple clicks away from doing that.
And this shootout type game has been what has kind of bit Bishop Kelly and earlier in state championship games, and it's starting to kind of look like it's becoming an offensive battle between these two teams, and I don't know if they want to do that.
We don't have time of possession stat, but it's got to be wildly in favor of Hillcrest.
And
that makes our defense tired.
Yep. And in a 3-point game, they're going to have to keep going back in there. A lot of the games they have sat out after the first half. That is not the case in this one. The kick is away. It is a line drive toward the left. It is going to be caught by Cooper Kamen at the 17. He's going to cut towards the middle. What a cut. And up the middle he goes.
He's loose.
Cooper Kamen into Hillcrest territory. And at the 49-yard line.
You didn't see it, but right where Cooper had to get all the way from the right sideline, and his coverage was set up to return left. Peter Minner lays the wood on a block, and Kamen gets loose for another, he's on the, 48?
I'm really surprised for kickoff returns that he's not the deep middle guy, because he's just got that explosive open field speed, just a different type of runner than Peter Minner.
Yes.
But hey, they've got the ball all the way now to the Hillcrest 48-yard line, where the Knights will have the ball 1st and 10.
And at the 48-yard line, good field position for Bishop Kelly. They've been pinned deep into their own territory a couple times in this ball game. Avell in the backfield with 2 running backs. He's going to hand it to Minard. He's going to try to bounce outside. Now goes to the inside, and he's going to be taken down at the 45 by a host of Hillcrest tacklers.
3 minutes and 20 seconds counting here in this third quarter, and Bishop Kelly going to their go-to guy, Peter Minard, over the left-hand side, and gains a good 3 yards on the carry and brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, running behind Cashmitter there, and I'm telling you, where we're used to seeing Cashmitter and the left side of that line just blow holes, they're getting their blocks, but they're just getting them, Tom.
In the one game with a hip injury by Peter Minard, Tylen Cashmitter came in relief and had a triple-digit rushing game in about 3 quarters, so he is very capable of covering for this rushing attack.
Great play action down here on 2nd down. That's exactly what they do.
Avella rolls to his right. It is complete at the 35. And that's going to be a 1st down to the freshman Boston Husky.
I was just getting ready to say, I always like that 2nd and mid-range is always a good opportunity to run a play action pass. You know, you've been running the ball to Minard, and now you fake the ball to him, and that big quarterback stands up and throws himself a dart for a 1st down.
And there's the confidence builder, Tom. Those quick hit, when you get the play action, there's generally less pressure. You get let your quarterback set his feet, complete a few passes, get himself back in the kind of that rhythm of making completions.
Well, the pass was actually completed to Crew Nelson, pardon me, and a Hillcrest player is down at the 40, and he has some assistance. We hope he's okay, and with that, we'll take a 1-minute break. Well, during the break, we had a play that ran for about a couple of yards on the ground, and that will make it 2nd and 7 at about the 33-yard line of Hillcrest.
Todd, I like the idea of bringing Cooper in there, but he is a give tonight. He hasn't really kept it on that zone read, and I'm going to tell you before this ball game's over, Cooper's going to keep it and explode that ball on the perimeter.
Agreed. Avella back in.
Minert goes to Avella's right, and Crew Nelson goes to the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Minert, trying to get it up the center, and a powerful run up inside the 30 for about 5 yards. That'll be close to the sticks, but not quite there. It'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and about 1.5 yards, and just a real safe play there to Peter Minert over the right side. Kept his pad level really low.
Yes.
And just kept driving his legs and really got that himself.
He got under the tackle. I want to say it was a defensive. Somebody was coming crashing down from the outside, and he went under the tackler and kind of crawled forward for his yardage. That's just power. That's literally just power, Tom, out of the pistol.
Hey, 3rd and short, a lot of options here. 4-down territory for the Knights.
Well, it would be a 45-yard field goal if it was where the ball was spotted right now. So this is definitely 4-down territory, even with Cameron Wynn being a terrific kicker. Hand off to Minert. He's going to try to get outside. He's got the 1st down and maybe a little bit more. Trying to turn the corner and take it down inside the 20 for a BK 1st down.
Yeah, Peter Minert ran it off tackle there and then just bounced it to the outside. We used to call that, like a zone cut, but going to the outside. He just bounced it to the outside, and boy, you could just tell he was trying to get that edge, Todd.
So they had an extra lineman on that. Rakeem Johnson was the 3rd lineman from center on that left side. They loaded a lopsided line and ran behind it. Haven't seen that a bunch this year. Another new look. Mason Edwards, number 3 for the Hillcrest Knights, saving a touchdown on the sideline tackle.
Bunch formation to the left. We're within 30 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. The fly sweep to Cameron. He's got some room on the outside inside the 15, and he was brought down by the caller, and that's going to be a flag.
And that's big Isaac Davis, the exact same play. He defeated the play last time. This time he's in position to do it, but makes a big boo-boo and jerks Cameron down by the back of the shoulder pads. That'll be a penalty and a 1st down.
Yeah, it's going to be half the distance to the goal, so they're going to take this ball down around the 10-yard line where the Knights will have the ball 1st and 10. But I got to tell you, we saw the play. We were glad to see the penalty, but I was glad to see Cooper stand up. I mean, I thought he was going to be injured on that.
Yeah, it was a pretty vicious tackle.
And they're going to take him out for this play and just make sure he's okay.
A dangerous tackle.
Cooper's feet come way out from under him. He's parallel in the air and comes down right on his head.
So at the 16, they're going to put it on about the 8-yard line if they go half the distance.
And but for the personal foul, an excellent play by the defensive end, racing one of our fastest men. That's a 6'7", 250-pound defensive end racing Cooper Cameron to the corner and getting to the tackle.
1st and goal for the Knights.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Cooper Cameron is out for this snap. And you've got Peyton Gilligan and Alex Sullivan to the right side. They're still trying to get the play in from the offensive coordinator. So deep at the 10-yard line. Clock is running. 10 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. Can they get something before the clock strikes 0? Avella handoff to Minert up the middle. He's going to ride forward.
Down maybe at the 2.
Down maybe at the 2-yard line.
3 dragging guys. Dragging 2 Scarlet Knights with him.
Right now, there's no sense in getting cute. There's no sense in trying to reverse. There's no sense in trying to do, something crazy here. Right now, just do your bread and butter and put the ball in the end zone, and that's going to end the 3rd quarter.
And that's going to end the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter to end the drought that has lasted since 2015. And we will be back in a little bit.